Om. 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavadpada Shankaram Lokashankaram Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah Harihi Om. My humble pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you to today's session of Bhagavad Gita. I am not a Pandita, I am not a Jnani, I am not a Guru. I am just a seeker, sadhaka. I am conducting this study hour as a means for my learning. If there are any mistakes, please forgive me. We are on a journey of studying Bhagavad Gita, Gudhartha Deepika by Sri Madhusudana Saraswati, translated by Swami Gambhirananda of Sri Ramakrishna Matham. Before starting that study, we thought that we will have a overall overview of Bhagavad Gita summary before we start that study. As part of that, we have completed summary of Bhagavad Gita for 13 chapters. Today, we will look at the summary of Bhagavad Gita chapter 14. Chapter 14 is called Guna Traya Vibhaga Yoga. Guna means that in Prakriti there are three gunas: Sattva Guna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna. So Krishna is going to talk about three gunas and their vibhaga, their differences and their distinction is going to talk about. Division of three gunas, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. Division of three gunas. See, we are Jiva, if you want to look at that. You are Brahman in reality. We think that we are Jiva, so we'll start from there. So, Jiva is called Hamsa. Hamsa, why it is called Hamsa? Hamsa, mythologically, it is said to possess a quality, a capacity to separate milk from water. If you add water to milk and give to a Hamsa, it will drink only milk and leave the water. This is said to be the capability of a Hamsa, swan. Just like that, a Jiva, a seeker, a sadhaka should be like that. Body, mind and intellect is like water. Atma is like milk. The Jiva should have the viveka, discrimination, to separate body, mind, intellect from the Atma. Therefore, a Jiva is said to be Hamsa. A Hamsa which knows this difference, this Viveka of separation between body, mind, intellect and the Atma, spirit and the matter, is called Paramahamsa. Also, if you look at it, this is from a Vedantic viewpoint. If you look at it from a yogic viewpoint, from a yoga point of view, if you see, the breathing happens naturally and automatically. The breath makes a sound, silent sound. So hum, so hum, sa, keeps on going on. This is called Hamsa Gayatri Japa, Ajapa Japa. This Japa keeps on going on in all our life. Hamsa, Hamsa, Soham, I am He, I am He. Soham, Saha means God. Aham means me. God is me, I am me, I am God, I am one with God. This is the Soham Japa that goes on by our normal breathing. So why this is important is, if you meditate on the breathing, if you keep your mind on the breathing, the mind becomes very silent, very calm, because it is closer to truth. That's a yogic point of view. From a Vedantic point of view, having a right knowledge, wisdom to separate out body, mind, intellect from consciousness, Atma, is called Hamsa. In the previous chapter, we have seen Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. Kshetra means field. Kshetrajna means knower of the field, which is you, the Hamsa, Paramahamsa. In this chapter, you have to see that the Kshetra, in the Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga, Krishna has told what is a Kshetra. Here, you have to understand that whatever is Kshetra is nothing but made up of three gunas, Sattva guna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna. And Kshetrajna is Nirguna, beyond gunas, without gunas. Or if you want to look at it in another way, we should call Kshetrajna as Sat Chit Ananda. Sat is existence, Chit is consciousness, the Ananda is Ananta, infinitude. However, Sat Chit Ananda are not guna of Brahman. Satchidananda is Brahman. Sat is Chit, Chit is Ananta. It is not that Brahman has the quality of Satchidananda. Brahman is Satchidananda. Satchidananda is the foundation principle of the universe. So subsections in this chapter, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga, chapter 14.1 to 14.4, it is about introductory verses. 14.5 to 14.18 is an explanation of three modes of material nature, three gunas. 14.19 and 14.20, transcending three modes of nature, transcending the gunas. 14.21 to 14.27, what are the qualities of a person who is a Trigunatita, who has transcended the three gunas. If you see in chapter number 2, Sankhya Yoga, Arjuna asks a question. What are the characteristics of a Sthita Prajna? Similarly, in this chapter, Arjuna asks a question. What are the characteristics of a Gunatita who has transcended the three gunas? Krishna explains 14.2127 qualities of a person who has transcended and transcended the three gunas. So 14.3 to 14.4 Shri Bhagavan Bhagavan is saying the total material substance, Prakriti, is the womb. I am the seed. Bhagavan is the seed. I impregnate the womb with the individual souls, and thus all living beings are born. O son of Kunti, for all species of life that are produced, the material nature is the womb, and I am the seed giving father. So you have to understand it this way. Whatever we see in the world is nothing but Prakriti and Purusha, matter and spirit. Even if you take your own body, it is nothing but a combination of spirit and matter. Spirit is Shiva, matter is Prakriti, Shakti. It is nothing but a play of Shiva and Shakti. That way you have to see this shloka. Krishna is the seed giving father, I mean consciousness, and Prakriti is the matter. See, you must have watched a movie. It's a two-dimensional movie. Many movies you must have watched. Sometime back there was three-dimensional movie. What is three-dimensional movie? There is depth. In 3D movie, you see objects are coming near you. So the more dimensions are there, your experience will be like that. Similarly, if you see our life, the body with which we are there, it's a 7-dimensional movie. You can see, you can hear, you can smell, you can taste, you can touch, you can think. All these are 7 dimensions, it is there. Your experience is like a 7-dimensional movie. This 7-dimensional movie is by Purusha, Father, God, consciousness, and Prakriti, Mother, matter. Prakriti is the matter made up of Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas. In Bhagavatam also, the same. This cosmology is coming from Sankhya philosophy, Sankhya Shastra, which is propounded by Kapila Muni. That Prakriti is there. They call it Pradhana. Prakriti is there, which has Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas. When the Prakriti is in Samya Sthiti, meaning in balanced state, there is no creation. And because of the will of God, there is a disturbance in this balance of Prakriti, and the three gunas get mixed up. Because the three gunas are mixed up, different combinations of three gunas are formed. And these three gunas, the first evolute of this combination is called Mahat Tattva. And from Mahat Tattva, Ahankara comes. So that cosmology, Sankhya cosmology is there. These are all Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas, different combinations, they come together. These trigunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo, trigunas, different combinations, give rise to Manas, mind. Indriyas of cognition, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. Indriyas of action, hands, feet, speech, excretion, organs of regeneration, reproduction. This thing. Tanmatras, sound, touch, form, flavor, smell, and Panchabhutas, earth, water, fire, air, and space. These are formed because of the different combinations of the Sattva, Rajas, and Tamo gunas. When they are in equilibrium, there is no creation. Because of the will of God, the equilibrium is disturbed. And different combinations are formed, and all these are formed. Krishna is saying 14.5, O mighty armed Arjuna, the material energy consists of three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Sattva means goodness, Rajas means passion, Tamas means ignorance. These modes bind the eternal soul to the perishable body. Among these three gunas, Sattva guna, the mode of goodness, it is purer than the other two, is illuminating and full of well-being. Sattva guna also binds the soul by creating attachment for a sense of happiness and quest for knowledge. The sense of happiness, we want to be happy, we want to acquire more and more knowledge. All these are coming by the Sattva Guna. Rajoguna is the nature of passion. It arises from worldly desires and affections and binds the soul through attachment to fruitive actions, to karma. Rajoguna is cause for attachment. Moha, delusion. Tamoguna, which is born of ignorance, is the cause of illusion for the embodied souls. It deludes all living beings through negligence, laziness, and sleep. Ignorance, basically. Sattvaguna binds one to material happiness. I want all good things in life. This is caused by the Sattvaguna. Rajoguna conditions the soul towards actions. It propels you for action. Tamoguna clouds the wisdom and binds one to delusion. Sometimes Sattvaguna prevails over passion, Rajoguna. Sometimes Sattvaguna is in ascendance in the same person. The same person, sometimes Sattvaguna is higher, Sometimes Rajoguna is higher, sometimes Tamoguna is higher. It is dynamically changing. But the company we keep, the food we eat, the thoughts we generate, all these determine the which guna we are developing in ourselves. There are certain foods which help in giving more sattva guna. There are certain foods which will help you get more rajoguna, like that. For example, a person takes alcohol, he will sleep. So what happened? His mind became dull and he is in tamoguna. A person eats lot of spicy food and oily food. He will get more attracted towards activity, rajas. A person eats a sattvic food, he will be peaceful and calm, like that. So, when in a person, sattva guna is in ascendance and that person leaves the body, because of the sattva guna being higher, that person will reach a higher loka. And when a person leaves the body, when there is a rajasic dominance, rajoguna is dominating, he will be born among people driven by work. And a person leaves the body when the tamoguna is an ascendance, that person will be born in the lower level of life, like animal kingdom. Even if more tamoguna is there, that person will be born as insects, like that. From the sattva guna, knowledge rises. From the rajoguna, passion, greed, lobha rises. From the ignorance, tamoguna, pramada rises. Negligence and delusion will rise. Those who develop sattva guna, they will move upward. Those who are in rajoguna, they'll stay in the middle, meaning in the middle lokas. Those who are in tamoguna, they will be take a downward life. So here is a table for better understanding. Let us say the gunas are here: sattva guna, rajoguna, and tamoguna. Symbolically, sattva guna can be equated with white, gold, and light. Rajoguna is symbolically associated with red, silver, and fire. Tamoguna is symbolically represented by black, iron, and smoke. So, when you are reading our scriptures, wherever these are used, you have to understand that they are mentioning that this particular guna is active. And their associated feeling you should understand. For example, what is an example of a Sattva Guna person? Vibhishana is an example of a Sattva Guna person. What is the example of a Rajoguna person? Ravana is an example of Rajoguna person. What is an example of Tamoguna person? Kumbhakarna is an example of Tamoguna person. Why? Kumbhakarna was always sleeping. And Ravana is always active, passionate, and going to conquer the universe. Therefore, he is arrogant, pride, full of pride, and full of activity to conquer the world. Therefore, Ravana is Rajasic, and Vibhishana, because of his devotion to Lord Hari, even though he is born in Rakshasa Kula, he is considered a Sattva person. Nature. What kind of nature? Prakashatmaka. Sattva-guna is Prakashatmaka. Nature of illumination. It will give knowledge. Illumination is not some light. It gives knowledge. Rajoguna is Ragatmaka. Nature of attachment and delusion. Likes and dislikes. Tamoguna is Mohatmaka. Nature of moha, attachment, delusion. What is the cause of bondage? Bondage is Sattva-guna causes a bondage by attaching to acquiring more and more knowledge and material pleasures, material things. I mean, this one. Jnana Sangha, attachment to knowledge. It is like a gold chain. It is a chain made up of gold. And Rajoguna is a chain, silver chain. It is attachment to karma, activity. I want to do this vrata, I want to do this homa, I want to do this, I want to do that. So it is a karma sangha, the attachment to karma sangha. Tamoguna, what is how does it bind you? By pramada sangha, attachment to indifference, and it is like an iron chain, more like a delusion and indifference to everything. How do you know a person is sattvic? Because in that person, you can see accumulation of knowledge. Jnana vruddhi, accumulation of knowledge. How do you know a person is rajasic? By knowing that there is karma vruddhi, increase of activity in that person. How do you know tamasic? These are not about judging other people. It is to know your own, what is your own nature going on. If there is jnana vruddhi in you, you know that you are in the sattva ascendance now. If there is karma vruddhi, there is increase of activity. You know that you are in rajasic nature. If there is pramada vruddhi, increase of indifference and laziness, then you know you are in tamasic nature. What is the result of sattva guna? Punya, good merit, and jnana, knowledge. What is the result of rajoguna? Dukkham, sorrow, and lobha, greed. And tamas result is ajnana, ignorance, and moha, attachment. What is the gati? Where they will reach? Sattva guna will reach urdhva gati, higher loka and heaven. See, you have to see higher loka means you can take it as a different loka, higher loka and all. But you have to see that loka can also be understood as a body. Right now, we have a human body. In this human body, everybody you can see is human body, but all of them are same. Some are sattvic, some are rajasic, some are tamasic. The body, if sattva is in ascendance, the person will spend more time in satsanga acquiring knowledge and all. That is what happens. So that is Urdhvagati. Spending time in Satsanga is Urdhvagati, going to higher loka. Madhyamagati is middle lokas, earth and hell, like engaging in all worldly pleasures, sorrows is the middle lokas. And Adhogati, lower lokas, animal life, insects, etc., Patala. You can think of it as even though a person has a human body, he may be in depression, he may be in agitation, he may be in anxiety. That is a tamoguna nature, like that. What is a yogic viewpoint you can take? When a person is centered more on Agna Chakra, this Agna Chakra eyebrow center, his knowledge, he will be more of a jnana vriddhi. When a person is in Anahata Chakra centric, being emotional, Agna Chakra is intellect oriented, Anahata Chakra is mano oriented, manas oriented, emotional. You undergo emotional ups and downs. And Tamasic is Mooladhara Chakra oriented, which is animal instinct, food, sex, and sleep. Okay. So, Bhagavad Gita 14.19, this is important. Whatever happens in the world, whatever happens in the world, whatever work happens in the world, is actually done by these three gunas. You are not doing any action. These three gunas only do all the things because of a particular guna, a particular thought comes and an action happens. So you are not the doer actually. It is the gunas which drive the action. So what Krishna is saying is that a wise person sees that if any work is get done, there is no agent, no karta. There is no karta other than the three gunas. Those who know this truth, they transcend the three gunas, and because they transcend the three gunas, they attain Krishna's consciousness, divine nature. So here the phala of transcending the three gunas is given. Phalashruti. By transcending the three modes, three gunas, one becomes free from birth, death, old age, and misery, and attain immortality. Amrutamashnude. Immortality, again, you should not think immortality means we will live forever in this body. Not like that. Immortal, Amrutam, whenever Amrutam comes, you have to think that it is you are alive without fear and anxiety, without fear of tomorrow, without anxiety of tomorrow, no bhaya, with abhaya, no fear and no sorrow. That is Amrutam. So one who transcends the three gunas will attain the Amrutam. So, how can you transcend the three gunas? Only through jnana, Atma Jnana. What is Atma Jnana? We will see. What is Atma Jnana? I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am pure consciousness. I am Shivaswarupi. Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. This is Atma Jnana. I am pure spirit. I am Shiva. This is what one has to understand. Jnana is needed to evolve from tamoguna to rajoguna to sattvaguna to gunatita, transcending the gunas. Sattva is a golden chain, rajas is silver chain, tamas is iron chain. No, all the three gunas are chains only. We have to be gunatita. Atma, Sakshi, Druk, Kshetrajna, these are Paryaya Padas, and all of them are Gunatita in nature. And body, mind, intellect, Saksham, Drishyam, Kshetra is Trigunamayam. This is the understanding. Then Arjuna asks, what are the characteristics of a person who has gone beyond the three gunas? Who is a gunatita? What are the characteristics of a gunatita? One who has gone transcended the three gunas. How do they act? How do they go beyond the bondage of gunas? This is the question of Arjuna. Bhagavan says, Sama dukkha sukha swastaha samaloštashma kanchana tulya priya priyo Dhiras tulya nindatma samstuti manapamanayos tulyas tulyo mitra aripakshayo sarvaramba parityagi gunatita sa uchyate. A person who is alike, same in happiness and distress, who is established in the self, who looks upon a clod of clay, a stone, and a piece of gold as of equal value, who remains the same amidst pleasant and unpleasant events, who is intelligent, who accepts both blame and praise with equanimity, who remains the same in honor and dishonor, who treats both friends and foes alike, who has abandoned all enterprises. Sarvaramba parityagi. No enterprise at all. I mean, I will do this, I will acquire this, that kind of things are not there. Those persons are said to have risen above three gunas. And here Krishna says, those who serve me, Krishna, with unalloyed devotion, rise above the three gunas of material nature and come to the level of Brahman. Krishna says, I am the basis of the formless Brahman, the immortal and imperishable of eternal dharma and of unending divine bliss. Who is Sthita Prajna means who is equanimous. Parabhakta, highest devotion one should have. Jivan Mukta, liberated from Maya and Ajnana. Vairagi, one should have Vairagya, detached from Prakriti, no Ahankara and no Mamakara. Ahankara, Mamakara means I, me, mine. That should not be there. Purna, complete, fulfilled, does not seek anything for selfish reasons. Advaita Bhava, freedom from duality, likes and dislikes, pleasure and pain, praise and blame, honor and dishonor, love and hate, all are equal to that person. How do you transcend Trigunas? One through grace of God, Guru and Grantha. Grace, Guru and Grantha. These three are important. Grace of God, Guru Vakya and Grantha, scriptures. These are important for us to guide in life. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa one has to do. When a guru teaches, one has to listen. Manana one has to do, and Nididhyasa one has to do. And Bhakta becomes Mukta. This is the chapter. Any feedback or any observations? Any questions?
Very well done, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You have done a good analysis and presented it. Very nice, very useful.
Thank you. Let us close for the day. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah Harihi Om Lokaah Samastaah Sukhino Bhavantu Lokaah Samastaah Sukhino Bhavantu Lokaah Samastaah Sukhino Bhavantu. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.